Hi guys, welcome to Let's Go Fishing. Today is the 3rd of December and I must say, what a day. We are at the Vaaldam, RPA, and it's cold, it's windy, it's miserable, but nonetheless perfect fishing weather. We're going to do some bank angling today, and the reason for me being at the Vaaldam is very low at this stage. I think it's sitting at 36% now. And there's a couple of challenges in front of us. Number one is the weather, but the fish in the Vaaldam is used to inclement weather. So it's a place, one of the few places in South Africa where you can get 6 seasons in one day. You can really be cold in the morning, get scorched by the sun, get a hailstorm, get some rain, and be crispy cold in the evening again. We're going to do some bank angling today. We've got dirty water. The Vaaldam is getting some water in, very dirty water, and that's part of our challenge. We're going to look for baits that works in this dirty water. December is upon us. Can't believe that this year is already gone. So we're going to show you guys who haven't got the money to go away for December what you can come and do at the Vaaldam, what you need to have some success and to have a lot of fun with the family. Let's go get the lines in the water and see if we can catch a couple. I just want to give you a quick rundown of my first rod that's going to go in. On my bottom hook I've got the garlic oozing float, that sweet little pink garlic oozing float that's catching a lot of fish in the Vaaldam, and especially in this dirty water it stands out and the fish just pick it up much easier. Little white doe behind that, and then on the top hook I've got a DKW, that's a honey oozing float. So DKW is Danskerk en werk in Afrikaans, and that means it works everywhere. Then that red on the ball is our berrylicious, and something that works in the Vaaldam. Combine that with either Duivelstrak or the Hoekom Bloekom that I combine it now with on the other side of the ball, and you're going to catch a lot of fish. The main reason for this combo is the inclement weather, the windiness. I want something sharp with something sweet in the water, and that normally works for me in the Vaaldam. And we've got a saying, if it works for me, it will work for you. Just come and try it in December. I decided to measure my lines out, and the main reason for that is I want to fish on a spot. And when you measure your line out and you use your line clip, you determine your distance that you're going to fish at. So all you need on the other side is a mark, and if you come to the Vaaldam, that's a very good thing to do. Most anglers, social anglers, don't do it, but if you want to catch more fish, try it out. And if you want to see the correct way to measure out your line, go to our YouTube channel, Let's Go Fishing. There's a video on there, go watch it, practice it at home, and when you go to the dam, try it and you will catch more fish. Let's get this line in and see if we can catch a big one. On my right hand rod I'm going to concentrate for hook baits on the hard floats for this session. So on the bottom hook I've got a Kiana hard float with a small doe behind it. That doe is small enough so that the float would actually still pick it up. And then on the top hook I've got a hard garlic float, very strong, very pungent in flavor, with a longish doe behind it. That's going to sit it slightly on the bottom, critically balance it, and I just want to see what they pick up. If it picks up the top hook, I'll make both the does the same, and if it picks up the bottom hook, I might even take off the doe on the top hook for the next cast. Then on the bottom I've got banlik. Now banlik is a banana garlic, basically Raptor and turbo garlic that's mixed into one bottle. Very good flavor for this time of the year for the Vaaldam. And then all year flavor for the Vaaldam, Spitfire. Spitfire works everywhere we go. Red on the ball, green in the water. What I'm going to do to finish this off, I'm going to shake this all back into SA powder with the inclement weather. I just want that powder to stick on the ball, take a bit of coloring down in this dirty water, and see if we can pull in a fish with that. My long rod is going in at 115 meters, also a very good distance for most venues in the Vaaldam. There's a telephone pole on the other side, that's going to be my target. Let's see if I can get it there. bit to the right. That's fine. Got the first fish on the long rod, and it feels like something a bit more decent. Alvin came to visit us on set, but he doesn't want to sing to us. I don't know what's his story. So I gave him some millibomb to eat, and he prefers that over knickknacks. This rod wasn't in the water for long, around about 10 to 15 minutes, and off it went. It feels like a decent-ish fish. I must just emphasize that when we do videos, Rustenburg is 280 kilometers from where we are now. That's where I live. This morning I woke up at 3, drove to Pretoria, picked up Carl, drove all the way here to come and fish. So we've got no feed in the water. We rock up just like you guys when you go out for a day session, and that's what it's about for us. When we do feed, when we do a specimen session, we'll tell you exactly how much we put in. Yes, it's about catching fish for us, but we also try and be honest and tell you how much we put in, if we put in. But like today, we're fishing blank. We're fishing on a clean slate, as they say, and we try and help you guys to be successful when you decide to go for a like a day session. This fish is quite close. I must say, I think this water is very deep, and although this fish is about 20 meters out, I still can't see my leader. Got a nice fish on here. This water is very, very dirty, and it's on the bottom hook of the rod with the hard float. That's on that Kiana float. Nice fish. One thing I need to stress is when you don't have an unhooking mat, handle the fish in the water like I do now, over the water, over your landing net. When it jumps out, it either falls in the water or in the net, and the fish doesn't get hurt. Take a nice photo, put it back. My unhooking mat is done and dusted, so I need to go buy a new one, and exactly that happens to everybody, even to me. So handle them in the water, get them back safely, and let them live to fight another day. My other policeman is in the water, still biting up after the first fish. When they drop it back, just pick up and wind until you feel the tension. Yes, there we go. I think this one is as big. On the short rod. So 1-1. Short rod, we fish those the oozing floats out of the signature series, and on the long rod we're fishing the hard float, but also different distances, so we might change that up as well. The long rod we're fishing at 115 meters, and the short rod on that 95 meters. Let's go see what this is. This fish is just here, let's go get it. This water is extremely dirty. Yo, 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 yo. Come, come, come. this fish picked up the bottom hook, and yeah, it's the garlic oozing float. That pink one, it always catches fish in the Vaaldam. Not a big carp, picked up on that garlic oozing float. Like I said, it always catches fish in the Vaaldam. Don't come to Vaaldam without it. The color of this fish is something different, and whenever you catch these darker fish in the Vaaldam, you know you got a proper scrap on your hands. They give a much better fight than the rest of the carp in the Vaaldam. Let's get him back and get the rod back out. My long rod is ready to go back out again. Exactly the same hook baits on. We start with the 2 hard floats. On the bottom hook I've got that Kiana hard float, and on the top hook the garlic hard float with 2 small does. So what I did now, the small change that I did make, on the previous cast I had a big doe behind the garlic float on the top hook. That was basically to pin it to the bottom, and the fish picked up on the bottom hook that was basically critically balanced. Now critically balanced means it's just gonna hover on the bottom. It's gonna sit very, very soft, and the moment the carp starts feeding there, they'll suck it in. In this dirty water, 9 out of 10 times they won't see the bait if it's not right in front of them. But if they just feed on the ball and just suck on the ball with the small hooks, the small hook links, and that critically balanced bait, they're gonna suck it in and you're gonna catch the fish. And that's exactly what happened with that previous fish. On the bomb, the banlick again, turbo garlic and raptor, that's mixed in 1 bottle. And then that Spitfire, which is a lovely Bun Spice clove mixture, red in color, green in the water, and it just pulls in a lot of fish. I'm not going to shake it back into the SA powder. I think the water is just too dirty for that to have an effect. But if it doesn't bite now, if it doesn't bite quick, I'll definitely put it back. Let's get it out and see what we catch. I just want to describe one small little change up that I did with the hook baits on my short rod with the oozing floats. I also downsized the does behind it because of the silt in front of me. That's just going to help that floaty to sit very, very softly on that silt. If it doesn't work, if I don't get a quick bite, I'm going to take it away entirely. You can of course fish the oozing floats just as a hook bait without any additive to it. On the bomb we've got the berry luscious, and like I said, that's very sweet tangy strawberry. The reason why I pasted on the ball is it's got a pure honey base, and I don't want it all sitting in one place. When that ball hits the water, when it's in one place, most of it is going to wash off. But if you paint the ball with it like I did, just smudge it with your finger over the ball, then more of the flavor will sit on the bomb and it will actually go down to the bottom. On the other side, I put that hoekom bloekom that goes into the bomb almost instantly and slowly releases on the bottom. Let's get it back and see if we can catch another one. The Vaaldam is one of my go-to places whenever I want to catch a lot of fish, and there's a couple of places in Vaaldam where we also catch big fish. And now the bigger fish venues on the Vaaldam is always your venues with a bit deeper water, and when you go to those venues, that 15 to 20 minute bite period that you normally get on a lekker day just produces that better fish. When you fish the shallow venues, you catch a lot of small fish, but like we're fishing here at RPA, and whenever you get the bait to lay for 15 to 20 minutes, you just get that better quality fish. I think I've got a bite. Yeah, there we go. Let's go catch it. I've got 2 bites here. I've got a fish on this rod. Now this is the long rod. My short rod is also on with a fish, a back bite. So the wind and the current is pushing this way. This fish is going that way, and that's a recipe for disaster. I don't want the lines to tangle with each other. That's why I'll just keep on stiffening up this line while keeping the long rod in play as well. And then when that line stops moving, you can just put your bait runner on again and concentrate on the one in hand. Now what's very important when this happens with you, and it happens a lot of time when we do competitive fishing, I often see guys that now they want to rush because they've got 2 fish on, and that's the biggest mistake that you can make. Concentrate on the fish that you put the most effort into. Make sure you land that fish, make sure you get it into the net, and then only you can put a bit of speed onto yourself to go and land the other one. I'm not sure if that fish is on. I know this one is on because I can feel it. So concentrate on the one in hand, land it, get it into the net if you're fishing a competition, or land it, just leave it in the shallows in your landing net, and then catch that one and get a nice double up photo. See, this one is dropping again now, so we'll pick it up a bit. Guest of honor has arrived. Ooh, a loader. This was a really quick bite. In the water for around about 5 minutes. Yes, there's somebody on this side. Look how proud that little fish is. Around about 2.2 kilos, same as the other one. And this wasn't in the water for long. This picked up on the garlic heart float. So one for the Kiana heart float, one for the garlic heart float. It seems like that small dose is doing the job behind the float. I don't like just putting the float on. I really have to push myself when I do that. I'm just going to keep on doing it the way I've been doing it, with a small dose. And like I say, if it works for me, it will work for you. When you go to the Vaaldam, go try it. It produces nice fish like this. Thank you, fella. Let's go and see what's on the other rod. Big fish, another smallish little carp, around about 1 kilo. I'm fishing this rod at that 95 meters, and I think I'm going to throw it a bit further. I like catching big fish. I can keep it there the whole day and catch these little fish, but I think I'll throw it there one more time and then unclip and just throw it open spools. It's a 10-foot rod, so it won't go much further than 110 meters. But I'm fishing the other rod at 115 meters, a comfortable cast. This will be a hard cast and maybe catch a bigger fish. This one is on the top hook. I just broke off my bottom hook in the net. Not very clever. So that's on the DKW float, that lekker honey float. I must say it catches a lot of fish. Nice fish, lekker competitive fish. And this is the type of fish that you catch in all the shallow venues, and muddies and yellows. Lekker family fun. Bring your family over December. Come and fish a venue at the Vaal. We'll talk about venues in a bit, where you can come and fish. And that's why we do it over the water. If that fish now landed on rocks or on the sand, most probably the swim bladder would have been damaged. And that's exactly why we do it over the water, or when we do it on a bank, we do it over an unhooking mat that is padded. It's a different story if you're going to take a fish or two home to eat, but when you release them, handle them with care, let them live to fight another day. Let's go catch another one. Before we get back to the fishing, it's time for a change up. Let me say this. I firstly want to talk to you about a very deadly Vaaldam combination. Now everybody get your writing pads out. This is very, very important. This combination catches a lot, and I mean a lot of anglers. And the combination is as follow. Energy drink, that's very important. You need the energy to cast far, catch a lot of fish. And then something I made for my wife and my kids last night, and they decided not to eat. So this is medium rare rump steak cut into small pieces for me and the cameraman. Food for the day. And I must say, this makes a long day very, very short. And I don't have to eat takeaways on a day like this. So Annie, Ali, Kiana, cheers. Thanks for the food. Thanks for not eating. I'm leaving some for me for the next day. Now that we've got the joke aside, it's time for a proper change up. And I've had two fish on the long rod, two fish on the short rod. The long rod is producing the better sized fish, and the short rod is just going to keep on producing those kilo, maybe 1.2 kilo fish. And I don't want to catch them, not on a day like today. I want to catch bigger fish. So I'm going to take the short rod, move it to the side, and take another long rod out and throw that open spool, even go a bit further, maybe fish that 125, 130 range, and see if we can't get anything bigger. Normally it works. Normally when you want to catch big fish in the Vaaldam, you either change your distance or you take the floats away, you go to a bottom bait. I don't want to really do that today. I'm going for the distance option. It looks like the water is like a deep in front of me, and I think the river might be closer to the other side. The Vaaldam's only 30%, 36% full, so use the opportunity, fish the riverbed, maybe catch a bigger fish. Let's see if it works. My new long rod is ready to go out, the one that we made the change up with. Now I kept exactly the same hook bait, that pink garlic oozing float with a small dough behind it, and then the DKW, that's that spicy honey oozing float with a small dough behind it, and then this orange that I put on the bomb is Yakalas. Now Yakalas is an awesome flavor. It's one of our new flavors. It's a caramel TCP-ish like dip. Very, very, very potent in the Vaaldam. It catches a lot of fish, a lot of muddies, but a lot of big carp as well. And then on the other side, I've got green cod. Now green cod is an almond fluorescein dip, a paste-like dip, and it goes down to the bottom, but it gives that fluorescein and flavor trail all the way down to the bottom. And it also penetrates into the bomb quite quickly, especially when you paste it on the bomb like that. It's designed to fish it like that, so when you use it, just use it as I do, and you will get a lot of success. The guys have been catching a lot of fish with especially the green cod in the northern dams, places like Witbank, Bronkhorstspruit, even the dams with the cleaner water. It really works well. Let's get this one out. I'm going to throw it open spool. I'm going to try and get it in that 125, 130 range. I'm just fishing an M1 weight. With the wind, it might be a challenge, but I'm going to leave it. If I get it in there, and hopefully it takes a bit longer, but we catch a bigger fish. This rod is in the water for 2 minutes and I'm still biting up the other one. This is on that jackalas and the green cod, and there's a fish on. I hope it's a better fish. That's better. This fish picked up on the bottom hook, that pink garlic oozing float. One of those darker fish again. Better fish, not the big fish that I want, but better. And like I said, this was in the water for maybe 2 minutes. And that's the result. Happy days. You little guy. My right hand rod, which is my 115 rod, 150 meter rod, is ready to go back out. Same hook baits. I've got that garlic hard float and the Kiana hard float with the small does behind them. I'm not changing anything on that, but I did make a change on the dips that I put on the ball. So level 5 is one of our new attributions to the signature series, and it's a feed mix. Now, what do you do with a feed mix? You mix it into your millibomb, only 2 to 3 caps full. When you do bank angling, it gives any type of millibomb awesome smell, that fresh sweet corn smell, and it never goes away. It stays there for the whole day. Or the guys doing specimen fishing can pour it over their particles, and they can just before they go out and feed, or even just after it's cooked, throw it over your hot particles, let it cool down. The particles will suck it in. It's pungent, sweet corn as you've never smelt it before. It's very strong. It is so sweet that I want to take a bite out of this bomb. So I've chucked it over the bomb, just level 5. You can also use it as a ball dip. I'm going to throw it in and see what I catch. It's the first time that I'm doing this in the Vaaldam. I've done it in other venues, caught a lot of fish. Let's see if it works in the Vaaldam. My right hand rod with that level 5 is in, and it's laying. I'm waiting for that big fish to come. The left hand one is ready to go back out. Exactly the same hook baits again. I've got that garlic oozing float, that pink one with a small dough, and on the top hook I've got the DKW one, which is that spicy honey, also with that small white dough. This orange dip is that jackalas, Very, very pungent and lekker sweet smell as well. And then the green cod to combine with that. Normally we catch big fish. I want to catch a big fish with it now. I'm going to put it back out even further than the last one. That last bite was too quick. I think I threw it into its mouth. Let's get it out there and see if we can get a big one. Oh yes, level 5. That wasn't too long. I must say this weather, it's overcast. It was cold this morning. It was hot at one stage. Whenever the sun breaks through, I want to take out my jacket and then it closes up back up again, and as soon as the wind picks up, it's cold again. So perfect fishing weather, like we say. Now that's a better fish, at last, on that level 5. So doubling up as a ball dip, as a bait dip, you can basically use it for everything. If there's carp in that water, you're going to catch them. It really works well. That's our biggest fish for the day, around about 3 kilos. Lovely fish on that level 5. Woo. Water in the camera, water in my face. It's not working today. The only thing working is the bait. Signature series, what can I say? Get on it. It catches a lot of fish. Look a reel run. Fish on. Feels like another decent fish. On this rod, I'm catching them with that Yakelas, and I must say, they're getting bigger. As we go on, they're getting bigger. On that rod, hammering them with a level 5, not getting 2 rods in the water at this stage, and my poor cameraman is struggling to keep up. We're gonna catch one more after this, and then we're gonna head home. We've got a 300 kilometer plus drive, so that we can work tomorrow. Oh, that's how you don't do it. Here we go. Boom chakalaka. Look at this torpedo. Nice male carp. One of those darker ones again, and gave me a proper face wash here in the shallows. That Yakelas combination is coming through lekker now. Catching some nice fish with it. Time to catch one more fish, the last fish for this program. I'm going to get this one back and see if I can get a bigger one. Fish on. Oh yes, baby. This is what we want. This is our last fish for this program, and I must say, what a day. What a day. Couple of seasons, I think around about 3 to 4 seasons in the middle of summer on the Vaaldam, but the fishing was good, like it always is at the Vaaldam. Winter, summer, doesn't really matter. As long as you do the basics right, Fish on one spot. Make sure your feet stays behind. Make sure you get a couple of signature series dips in your armory. You're gonna catch fish. I think this level 5 is something that we unlocked now. And first time that I use it in a Vaaldam as a ball dip, but definitely not the last time. Can't wait for the next tournament. Mix it into the feed, put it on the dip. Man oh man, it just brings the better sized fish. Got another nice one on here. I'm going to concentrate on this. Yes. Oh, that's a proper Vaaldam carp. Happy days, happy days. Kom. Ik ga mijn stro breek, dan gaan ek kwaad raak. En dan loop ek huis toe. Laat ek Kali alleen oppak. There's our biggest fish for the day. Definitely a 3 kilo fish. And for the Vaaldam, always a nice size to catch. On that level 5. And the floats I had on here was that Kiana hard float, the garlic hard float. This one picked up on a garlic hard float again. What a day. See you guys next time. Thanks for watching our show. And remember, do what we do and you'll have success.